evening. Welcome to the Deltahead stream. I am James Howell, and tonight we are going to start part 1 of Viewtiful Joe, a is that early 2000s? Yeah, early 2000s Capcom game released originally on the GameCube, ported over to PS2, I believe. And I don't think it has seen the kind of afterlife that a lot of Capcom titles like that from that era have had the pleasure of living. Like Resident Evil 4, of course, which will never die and is in competition with Skyrim for the most ported game, and you know, Killer 7 and the like. But yeah, so we're gonna start that, and it was a huge favorite of mine. I beat it on every difficulty, unlocked everything back in the day, and I've, of course, since lost that memory card, so what can you do? But yeah, let me pull up chat here. For our pregame show, I have... Why are you not... There we go. Cool. For our pregame show, we're gonna take a look at some light dark composition from Seijun Suzuki's earliest credited director credit. Let's see, let me pull that up here. Where are we at? There we go. There's our screenshot. And let me get my notes up here. Oh, that's moving around. Cool. And so as a quick heads up, if you're talking in chat, my window is minimized, I don't have 2 monitors. I might not see you. That doesn't mean I don't care. So, okay, so yeah. So the title of this movie, which is sort of bewildering to me, is titled Underworld Beauty. And the title and also the promotional art, it's strange because it suggests that the sort of female lead, is like a model or something, and that is not part of her character whatsoever. She gets by on like wit and grit. So yeah, you kind of get the feeling that it's one of these titles that was not really measured up to the movie, but sort of designed to sell. So yeah, it's a weird title and is a very good noir movie. It is. I think I remember reading that it was considered one of the sort of like most one of the sort of Japanese noir movies that matched, patterned onto sort of Western noir conventions the most directly. But the one I want to look at in this is the intro, which Seijun Suzuki, of course, is known for. He's kind of known as sort of a weird director. He kind of falls into the same bucket as like David Lynch, and in video games like Sudoku for having a very definable, or at least identifiable, outlandish style. That style over substance is one of the ways that these directors are often described. And Suzuki did marvelous work in color as he came into his own as a sort of individual stylist. Of course, made his trademark movies. But this, he does such great work in black and white, and the opening shots to this movie are perfect to sort of communicate sort of what he is ultimately going to wind up doing with his career, and it shows his strength as a traditional storyteller, which is something that he doesn't often get credit for. So just a quick heads up on the sort of like high level of this one. It's a post heist movie. You know, there was a diamond heist that happened several years ago. All of our main characters are living in the aftermath, and so it's about their relationships and what they do with the stolen goods once they're recovered from, you know, being squirreled away after the heist. So yeah, that's the premise. One of the 4 who did the heist is going to get them, and that's what opens our story here. So yeah, this is the establishing shot, and I mean, you'll notice like right away, it's very dark, very almost like flat. I mean, it's like you can just see how much of your attention is called to the shape of the screen as a flat surface, with how much darkness there is here. And honestly, even the lights, if you look at the street lights here, they don't emanate, right? They don't cast, they don't really cast light on anything. It's like they illuminate only themselves. And the main character, as you can see there kind of in the middle, is just sort of a silhouette, sort of identified with that darkness. He's a shadow himself. And that's characters played by Mizushima Michitaro, and does a really solid job with the characterization of this of the character at one point, which I'll identify when we get to. And they continue this cool technique as going through the credits. So here you have, I don't know if you can notice that little circular notch that's on the wall there, just to the right of center. You'll have like a visual frame of reference for how this scrolls. You can see Mizushma's shadow there on the far right. And so he continues walking, and the light scrolls to kind of catch his shadow. And if you can see, you can kind of see that notch move a little bit. You can see kind of that it is a scrolling shot. And so they keep up the imagery, the light and dark. The light back there doesn't exist to illuminate anything. The only thing the light really exists to communicate is the shadows and the darkness. Also really nice alignment with the credits here. They make his silhouette line up right in line with the right text, and then as it goes on, there's four rows of text, and it winds up lining up right in the middle. So there's a very nice symmetry there that I wonder if, well, I don't know if it was planned, but certainly taken advantage of in a way that's very compelling. Let's see. So then he arrives at his destination. Again, just looking at the composition of this, it's beautiful. You have the manhole there, and if you look at his shadow, the direction that the shadow they point to his feet, of course, and they also trace, they lead to the edge of the manhole. And if you were to trace a line from his shadow around the edge of the manhole back up, you would perfectly encapsulate that little patch of light that's there. So all the lights, all the shadows are pointing toward this manhole is significant. It's just beautiful. It tells you everything you need to know about what's important in this scene, just visually right off. And the manhole is opened very nicely toward the viewer, so it's sort of an invitation to enter. Welcome to the underworld. What is this fella up to? The police wagon shows up. You know, they don't get him here, spoilers. If you want to see like exactly what it's communicating, look at how light this is. Look at how many lights there are. Look at there's steam billowing up, and the steam is illuminated. The steam almost exists to catch and carry light. And even the lamps here illuminate, right? You can see things in their light. You don't just see the lamps glowing. And so we've got a juxtaposition. You know, you've got the underworld, the dark world, and then you have the law-abiding world. And the light and dark associations are fairly expected, right? It's nothing super surprising there. At this point, it's just sort of a very nice set of visual compositions and use of darkness for a lot of really cool asymmetry. And here is another example. You can kind of see him disappearing into the manhole right there in the lower left with basically all the light there continues to exist to point out that he is in darkness, and that's very cool. This is amazing. I don't know what they did with the filter on this. Filter is probably just is a more of a modern way of thinking than is appropriate for this era of cinema. But whatever they did, somehow the light looks grainier and even flatter. So like you lose definition in I mean, even those pieces of wood in the background of this scene have more definition. Oh, there we go. Than the patch of cloth that's on the back of his jacket. It's amazing. So here he is descending the manhole, and it's very cool, almost creepy. As it holds on that shot as he descends, and again the sort of like justice and criminal light and dark juxtaposition here. On the far right, it's kind of hard to tell with that motion here, but on the right, what you're seeing to the right of those letters, that little white spot, that's a hole in the sewer that the police are shining a light through looking for him. And on the left, there's sort of let's see from your perspective, kind of a diagonal progression there, which the smaller text in the upper left and the larger text in the center also reinforce. There's sort of a diagonal progression of your eye from the light where the police are to where he is in hiding. And then we get here, and this is where it gets really interesting. This is where the introduction, like the style isn't just really cool and compelling, where it's actually narrative. Because the first real burst of light that we have is actually underground in a place where there is no light. Like over here, you can see this is what the sewer looks like, right? It's total dark. He is in the shadows. He's a thief going for his to reclaim his stolen goods. And then we get down here, and we've just completely abandoned realism, right? This is no longer about realistic lighting effects. This is about expression. And that's great, and so your brain should sort of pop at that point. Evening, Iceman Dance. Good to see you. It's good to see you. I'm glad to have caught you. So yeah, so he is down here. You can sort of see. I mean, even he is still sort of a shadow. He's in silhouette. As he progresses, you get another glimpse of exactly what this environment actually is like, because he's there. He's kind of chiseling at a wall, trying to get to his hiding place, and the only light elements there are his arms. I mean, everything else is in shadow. I don't think I've seen The Third Man. That's who directed that. I will look into that. But so yeah, so it's he's chiseling. The only element of light here is actually him at this point. He is starting to emerge in this environment. And that's something really that's something important to keep in mind. We haven't actually seen his physique. We've seen light reflected off of his clothes. We've only seen him in shadow and in silhouette. And this is the first time like he is actually starting to emerge from that unknown outline. And we got a really nice shot here from inside the hiding place. This is really good. There's a pistol in there, which he's sort of reaching his hand blindly into the hole to grab the pistol, and you can see his fingers putting on it and kind of pulling it out. Then we have this really great shot. Now we're starting to see him. Now he's coming alive. We've entered into the underworld, and he has got a person to be. And this is his, he's getting an identity. So, in between the gun extraction and going for the jewels, he kind of fumbles his hand around. He can't quite find it because he's blindly groping. So then you kind of see him, and he looks in there. And I mean, the composition on this is fantastic. It's beautiful. But then he sees what he's looking for. He goes in, and this is where I mentioned that Mizushima has just really does a really good job with this role. Like, this is where it is. Like this right here, the way that he grabs that little bag, especially in comparison to the way that he was previously groping around and just grabbing that handgun. Like this isn't like grabbing at jewels. This is a lift. This is somebody whose hand has conformed to the largest shape necessary to grab this object, and that just totally communicates how much not only is he a thief, but he's been a thief for a long time, and maybe even a thief on the smallest, pettiest levels of, like a wallet lift or something. So just really good characterization, and also really good use of film in its more intimate capacities to sort of look at sort of like gestures and find meaning in them. But this is where it all builds up to. So just to recap, a lot of shadow and light, a lot of shadow. Shadow is the underworld, light is the world of the law. We go down in there. Now once we're fully underground, light starts to appear. He gains an identity. And then we have the lightest, brightest shot out of anything, which is his hand with the diamonds. And there's even special light placed on the diamonds. Not necessarily, and I think it would be easy to read this as light illuminating the diamonds, but I actually read this as light emanating from them. Like, these things are a source of light somehow, and they're casting it out. And so this tells us that the black and white, the use of black and white is not merely aesthetic. It's or only stylistic. It is narrative as well. It tells us his life story. We've escaped the searchlights of the surface world. Found even more light in the sewers, which realistically have no light whatsoever, and found the most light emanating from the stolen jewels. So this is a guy, you could infer from all these images and this progression, this is a guy whose life went from legit to criminal because he found a self on the dark side of the law. And the gains of an old heist provide not just the greatest relief from darkness and uncertainty, but also, and this is where it caps off, and which makes this whole thing so good, he gets an identity. He gets a face. And you can see right there, it's like the same light that is emanating from those diamonds is lighting up his face. And even though he's concerned, and even though he's kind of grumbly there, as he is through most of the film, of course, he's on the later end of a long end of criminal career, and he's as that kind of can wear on you, I assume. Not being a master criminal myself, but yeah, no. But he does, and he has an identity. So, this is sort of impossible if we're thinking about lighting as a literal element here. But when we're thinking about it as a narrative stylizing element, that's really important. And this scene becomes not just about the narrative progression, which it absolutely is, but it becomes about him, and that's really cool. And that gets into evening, Swedish X. It's good to see you. And yes, absolutely looking world weary. Oh yeah, I think you told me about the Third Man last time. I'll look into. I think I acquired that, and just haven't gotten to it. I think I have it on DVD. I think I bought that back in 1999 on DVD, and I still have it. Anyway, a lot of revelations happening at once, right? So what this leads to, and this actually leads into the game that we're going to play tonight. Believe it or not, Viewtiful Joe, highly stylized, is beautiful, bright, flashing. The premise of it is you've got Joe, who is a big fan of his Sentai hero from movies and stuff like that. And his girlfriend gets kidnapped into the movie, and he has to enter the movie, and so he just immediately embraces the fiction and the unreality of being able to become a Sentai superhero, and you know, gets the helmet and the mat and the jumpsuit and everything, and it's like No More Heroes, where you have somebody who has an existence in a world of shared reality where other people will look at him and maybe come up with the same description of who this person is, but the world through that person's eyes is what we see and what we know, and the only way that we can really know that world. And that's, even though Viewtiful Joe just kind of leans into the fantastic and embraces the fantasy as its base reality, it also builds off of this aesthetic pattern that, you know, I've been on this deep dive of Japanese cinema for about 1 year and 3 months now. I think I did a count, and I think I'm in 150 movies in, and so this has been a real big quest to kind of find out what is aesthetically popping about these things. And there's one passage from Donald Ritchie's, let's see, this fella right here, 100 Years of Japanese Cinema. Donald Ritchie is the foremost historian on Japanese cinema and sort of its aesthetic trends. And this is a passage from that is sort of a thesis statement for him, and one that he sort of leans into, which is, let's see, I'm going to enlarge this for myself so I can read it. Let's get that bigger. There we go. Let's see, the Western idea of realism, particularly in its naturalistic phase, was something truly new. Yes, all early Japanese dramatic forms had assumed the necessity of a structure created through mediation. Skip down, life was thus dramatically lifelike after only having been explained and commented upon. And this is it. These are the two key words, presentational and representational. Art and entertainment alike were presentational, that is, they rendered a particular reality by way of an authoritative voice, be it a no chorus or the benshi. This approach stood in marked contrast to the representational style of the West, in which one assumed the reality of what was being shown. And Ritchie's argument is that this allows for a greater, sort of a greater looseness in what you actually show during a movie and the way that you tell your story. And he actually argues that anime is the culmination of this because it is entirely stylized. Like there is, it takes this, it takes the presentational aspect and makes that the entire game, right? And Viewtiful Joe leans into that very heavily. This is a kind of game whose fantasy is its world and is its narrator. And as I'm revisiting this, you know, having gone through like about 150 of these Japanese noir and Jirageki movies, I'm sort of understanding sort of a path between them, and this is one that seems to me to be in effect. So, with that in mind, Viewtiful Joe. Let's see, where are we at? There we go. Oh, and also, in quick reading, let's see, I have been reading, this is a wonderful book. It's by Cookie Hipponia Evermond, titled We Belong, and it is a book that works extremely well as a book read to children, and about heritage and how heritage changes over time. But it also has a great deal of wisdom and a great deal of kindness and a great deal of heart. So it's a book in poems. I say a book in poetry because, as you can see, you know, it's poetry. The lines don't. I promise you, the lines don't reach the end of the page. But it's also very narrative, and it's multi-layered narrative. The writing's beautiful. The story's great, and I highly recommend it. For not the least which reason, Cookie is going to be a guest on the Deltahead podcast, which will be released shortly this week, or later this week. So yeah, that is a book I highly recommend getting your mitts on. Oh, let me switch the TV over. Let's see, did the iPad decide to come alive? In fact, it did. Very nice. Oh man, yeah, Viewtiful Joe is great. It is a Hideki Kamiya game, and as a result, you know, the gameplay, of course, takes priority as being really crunchy and very tight, and focusing on a core set of player abilities that then gradually get elaborated upon, added to. But yeah, it's a really great 2D side-scrolling action game. I highly recommend it. Yeah, the podcast episode is, see, we look at 2 poems about making and giving, and through that lens, we look at games that are your sort of kind of life sim, fantastic life sim games like Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing are specifically the 2 that we talk about. It's an amazing conversation, and I'm really looking forward to sharing that with y'all. Oh, thank you, Iceman Dan. I appreciate that. I worried that description would be a little too sappy, but I'm glad that it landed well. Oh, Swedish X, I hope that you are not too oversaturated on the playthrough and that you stick around for this one, because I'd love to have you around. Let's drop the volume there. Great. Now I can see what you fine people are saying and not on my phone. Ooh, that's loud. You know, I feel like one of these days I should probably get a proper remote for this TV, but honestly, wouldn't that destroy half the stream's charm? The lo-fi element. Yeah, same. I did not realize that I was talking to who I was talking to when I got into the podcast, and that was amazing. Oh yeah, this was back around the time that Capcom also made God Hand and Okami. And that is an old snake-looking mustache on that fella.
Oh, me?
You know, this is interesting. Looking at this, I don't feel ill, and I've been trying to play No More Heroes 3 ever since its release, and have not been able to get past the second boss because the visual style, something about the visual presentation actually triggers a migraine in me, which is bewildering to me because I very rarely have ever had that problem. And I don't know if it's a combination of pattern busyness and frame rate or what, but I kind of hope that I actually have just given up on being able to play that one, which breaks my heart because it's a new Suda game. I just really hope that a lo-fi version of it comes out at some point so I can physically play it. Oh yes, I was familiar with this Tuxedo Run. I knew what you had in mind there. And oh yeah, one of the cool visual conceits that they have is that, you know, it's like a stage, it's a film reel. Joe doesn't merely jump into the movie as a narrative device, but also jumps into it as literally the film reel, which I realize this conceit might mean less to people who are not familiar with film as a physical object, and mainly know video as a digital phenomenon. I can only hope, Iceman Dan.
Captain Blue fights with every ounce of his being. He fights fights against the dark forces of evil for what is right. This is all that Blue has ever wanted, to do the right thing.
I find it very charming that even as a hero, he's older.
Joe, is this your idea of a date movie? I had a more romantic time eating popcorn in the lobby. Joe,
This also is a very No More Heroes-esque protagonist. Not for the least reason that you know, Joe's idea of a good time is whatever fantasy media he happens to be into, and just assumes that everybody else is going to be on board with it.
Date in forever.
Hey, stop that. This is the best part.
I'd be interested in a compilation of Travis Touchdown-style protagonists.
Sense of justice is Captain Blue. Now I rule this world. The world is mine.
Go away.
Come on.
Joe is go away.
Brought to his end
Not a good date line.
will never be the same.
Oh, man. I missed the most important part.
Hey, I've seen this scene before.
You know why? Because this flick hit the screens way back when we were still little babies.
But that guy in the blue mask, I know I've seen him somewhere.
The girl is mine and shall serve as the object of my revenge.
Wow, that was unreal. What the heck?
See, I know this this game uses cell shading for its visual style. I know Wind Waker, which had come out well before this, had also. Remember, cell shading was looked at askance
It's 6 machines.
as somehow cheaper morally. Oh, that's right. That's how Joe gets into the movie. He is forcibly taken by mech. Joe's got the hero pose where he's slightly slumped down and has the bad posture that tells you he's a badass. Because only somebody with somebody has to be a badass to have that kind of slump and also be that athletic.
Hey, wait a minute. Am I inside the movie?
Correct, my young.
I wonder, is it Bang Spies?
I am Captain Blue. I am no longer able to fight because I have been defeated.
I'm super curious if you know who that is, Swedish
Must
X.
take my place as the new action hero.
That voice, it really is Captain Blue. Wow. Hey, can I get your autograph?
No, I am already gone. I beg of you to take up the torch of
Captain
justice
Blue second guessing his choice of
Now go. The world
of
is
hero
in
to pass
danger.
the mantle on to.
Your lady friend is waiting for you.
Cool. A real V-Watch. I always wanted to try one on. So,
The rules of this universe are interesting because it does suggest you have to have some sort of direct augmentation to be able to participate in it. At the same time, Joe clearly can't jump like that in the real world, so there's some level of I don't know, if you wish it hard enough, you can do it involved. Yeah, this is the mechanic, and yeah, they're high and low attacks. I kind of think that, what was it, Guardian Heroes on the NES? Did something similar. There we go. Yeah. Where's my jump? There we go. That's my jump. GameCube controllers are so strange because like the A button is the biggest, loudest signaling one of them, and it doesn't always do what you think it would do.
Just go for it!
Ugh. Actually, yeah, Joe has a lot of similarities with Gene in God Hand. Gene, of course, not taking his not a very serious character, but very chatty with his opponents. Oop, that's a don't step on pit. Oh, okay. This is also, so just for some heads up on the controls, A is jump, and this is one of those games where punch and kick, it's not like a straight combo like in, I don't know, Streets of Rage or something, where you keep hitting the same attack button and punches and kicks just come out in order. You've got a punch button, and you got a kick button. And B, I'm sure will be revealed at a later time. Eric, good to see you. Yeah, GameCube controller remains, even though my hands implicitly recognize, hey, I got a dizzy here, get out of my way. Even though my hands automatically recognize the PlayStation controller as the default controller shape, the GameCube has always made my hands happiest. Oh no, absolutely. It is. It does one of these things that Nintendo does so well, which is to create hardware specifically for specific hardware. And I think the fact that even like the shoulder buttons here, there are two, but there's only one Z button here, already prevents it from being able to map. Hey, buddy. I hear you owe me an attack signal. Oh, he's got a counter. I can't just combo him. I have to respond to actual attacks and patterns.
Your hero-ness has awakened. Now the village is responding to your hero instincts deep down inside. When the V-Watch starts to glow, say the word.
Oh, that's right. He's also got a pot belly with a comical belly button.
Head to the go-go, baby!
Wonder how many people only know Viewtiful Joe from Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
You want some? We'll come and get it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where the, as I mentioned in the intro, the presentational takes priority, because this is entirely about all of your moves are based on what looks cool. A slow punch, punch in slow motion certainly looks more impactful, therefore it is. Can I jump on this? I cannot. Yeah, it took me a long time to get used to the DualShock 2. No, the evolution of my relationship to controllers is been one of indignation at change. All right, indignation at change, then combined by acceptance because it was needed to access the new games. Initially, when I encountered the NES controller, I had played mainly on joysticks with the joystick, literal joystick, and the single fire button. Oh, I should have kicked him up, and then I could have gotten those. And then I begrudgingly accepted it, and then it became normal. And then the Super Nintendo controller was like, how can one person play with this many buttons? And then that was fine, and so on. And I think oh no, gotta build that back up. It took a few. I actually think that's probably symptomatic of how few sort of like generations of games there were then. When the only game in town is a handful of 4 to 8-bit games, that tends to dominate your imagination about what is possible for control schemes. All right, Zorro. All right. I want Viewtiful points. Ah, missed it. Boom. Oh, I thought that was for extra money or something. It appears not. I will take a burger out of this machine that... I don't know if the FDA has approved this machine, but I will absolutely eat its burgers. There we go. Yes, Kamiya does like his slow-mo rewards. What? Oh, there's a trap. Wonder if I can kick him up into the axe? No. Now this is such a well-paced action game, especially. It's really interesting to see all these different these action games coming into existence at the same time. With this, whoop, that took it out of me. This God Hand, just very different paces. RE4 was current, I believe. Oh, it's also cool. Like you can use your slow motion defensively by triggering it, so that if you take damage and manage to look cool while doing it, it's not real damage. Again, style carries the day. And that is frankly what I am here for. Also, your slow motion affects the physics of these guys, so if they start flying, you can slow things down and it makes gravity heavier. Yeah, absolutely. I want my dive kick. Whoop. That's gonna... I want to kick one of these bombs back up at him. Like that. Yeah, that's cool. If you punch him into the explosion that cool guys always walk away from dramatically, then you do more damage. Oh, okay. Right, I can change gravity. I also like how it uses its combat mechanics to create puzzles. It's very clever in that way. But like actually understanding the combat mechanics rather than just, you know, punching or kicking the right thing. Oh. It seems also, I wonder if you would be able to do this. Oh, I gotta drop the chandelier again. I wonder if you'd be able to do this now. It seems rare to find a side-scroller where you have exactly one running speed. I also really dig this early 2000s goofy video game drum and bass. Feels very much the same era of Capcom that gave us Street Fighter 3. Third Strike has one of the best soundtracks out of any game. Oh man, I whiffed it twice. That's not how you fight an axe. Yeah. What the heck? Whoop. I ate that one. Oh, hey, this fellow's got a key that I think I would like myself. I don't know if that's B as in, like, good bad, or if that's just telling me that I am bad. Honestly, with Kamiya, it could be either. Something in the back of my brain remembers the sound of this helicopter's charge extremely well, which makes me think I probably died to this boss a lot. Oh, did I get it? That's right, an uppercut. Okay. Oh, okay, I can use gravity to slow it down. But absolutely need drama time. Ah, close. That is the wrong bullet to hit. Threaded the needle on that one. All right. I don't know how much extra damage that does, but it's gratifying to have accomplished. Woo! Roll the edge of that that propeller. Oh no. Oh, I can totally use these guys to hit him. I forgot that basic mechanic. Yeah, there we go. Here I am at the end of the boss fight, finally understanding how it wants me to use its use the mechanics. Get him. See if you remember, this game has some kind of groovy... Oh, weird. I played this last in 2019. That's good to know. This game has some groovy shop music, I remember. Yeah, this is 2000s video game music for sure. Let's see. Sliding. Red hot kick is happening in my brain. Oh man, decisions. I don't want any I'll get Mach Speed the next go round. This seems most useful. Evening, Iceman Dan. It's awesome to see you, and yeah, I hope to catch you for a longer time next time. Again, gonna shoot for Saturday. Fingers crossed. Have a great night. Excuse me. Also, that is a stacked Dagwood burger at that pause screen.
Just go for it!
Whoop! Oh wow, that actually damaged me. Oh no.
Cut! Ready? Action!
What people call certain moves? How do you mean? Like, their names for them? Oh, there we go. That's my combo. Good for following up an air launch. Oh, no, no! Oh, okay, that's what you do. Actually, the air combos... Yeah! That's 2.5D coming at me. Come through the gate or you come down off top? Am I getting close to getting severely hurt here, or what's my situation? No? No barrels? Cool. What was I thinking? Oh yeah, no, this is actually very useful for this puzzle. Oh! I didn't notice that. That's cute. Evening, Squimmy. It's good to see you. How are you tonight? And how are you enjoying Revelations 2? A killer bee? What is that from? Stylistically, this is fascinating. I love that they cut through the wine. Love that they cut through the wine barrels to show the depth of the wine casks on the front and the back walls. Oh. Oh, right! You know, for some reason I was thinking about raid difficulty, or the raid mode in Revelations 2, but no, you're talking about where you switch off between like Moira and Claire. Which level are you on?
Joe, it's time for your next trial. Hope you're warmed up, because ready or not, here I come.
Excuse me. Oh, okay, raid mode.
Come on, my friend.
Oh, I don't know if I learned anything new there. Joe grilled every poor soul that stood in his way with his blazing knuckles. With electric fast combo attacks, he can smash through even distant targets. Oh, right! You send out images that attack things around you. Oh, I see. trying to remember. You know, I think I'm thinking of something different than what you're describing, because when you say raid mode, I'm thinking about this one where, like, you can play against other players, and if it's kind of Super Mario 35-esque or Twinkle Star Sprites-esque, where hey, you sir, do not roll out of my attacks. What are you, Ken? What am I trying to say? Anyway, one where like Twinkle Star Sprites or Super Mario 35-esque, you play against another person and they can drop enemies into your game.
Just go for it!
Yummy! Yummy!
Finished!
The combat here does a really good job of making you feel very powerful by being able to launch enemies in slow motion. So it's great because even though Joe is a new hero, and you are sort of playing his origin story, he already starts very powerful, and you get to feel that right at the start, as opposed to like a sequel or something where they have to kind of nerf a character who is known to be powerful. I'm actually wondering if I have that on PC. I remember when that came out, I was so excited. I got the, there was it's kind of a season pass thing for it. And it was kind of thrilling to have the new episode release experience for something that I was definitely looking forward to seeing, which is not how I felt, you know, toward most television. Yes, I know. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh wait, there's one more. Shoot, okay. How many are there? 4. Okay. Alright. And... gotcha. Can I jump on top? Okay, there we go. Doesn't matter what the outcome is, you always want to know if you can jump on top. What to do? Seems valuable, but also more Mach speed seems like a smarter investment, so I'm going to save up for that. I'm doing pretty good on health, so we're fine. Oh, hey. I really love the attention to detail and a lot of the background art in these things. It is practically Resident Evil-esque in how much art it is flexing in the margins. Charles III, a bat with chest hair. Also, the bat has 3 earrings, like Joe does.
teach you what you know, fat brain. In movies, there has to be a plot twist. That means things always go wrong once before you get to the happy ending. Hello? Now, come on. Let's get this over with.
What nonsense is this? Come like all the ritual of sacrifice will begin in your pathetic little world will... Oopsie poopsie! Almost missed the cat out of the bed there! In any case, this has nothing to do with riff-raff like you. The only thing left for you to do is... perish!
I feel like the audio mixing could forefront the VO a little bit better there. Can I get a circle kick? Yes, I can. Whoop. Oh man, so many of these VO lines I remember so clearly because I played so much of this game back when it came out. Gonna hit him? It is not. Woo! Yeah, that 360 kick. Oh, come on! Oh no, took damage in non-costume form. Yes! Give me that chain. Oh no 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 no! I know I can do this! Alright.
Sorry to wake you up. You can sleep as much as you want now.
Joe wanders into the world of the movies and gallantly fights evil to rescue Sylvia. With the help of his superior strength, he is able to reign triumphant over the dastardly bad man, Charles III. Where could Sylvia be? Is she safe? Is she even alive? Intolerable anxiety tears at Joe's heart. What did they do to her?
What would be a good hero name for me? I never thought this would be so hard.
Yeah, he does have 3 earrings.
Searching for Sylvia, Joe tries to track clues as to her whereabouts.
What are those drawings that he had, that Charles III has obsessively put on the walls?
Some like it red hot. See you there.
Aw, shucks, thanks. Something I find a little more interesting than the, you know, there's the, you know, oh, I know what's coming because I've watched so many of these movies and therefore have the upper hand. I'm less interested in, I think, the sort of like meta aspects and the sort of the fact that the story can be guided that way, and more interested in this particular type of protagonist who actually, I think, what's the guy's name? Wade? It's Ready Player One, which was not my favorite thing, but in fact I didn't like it at all. But Wade is also this kind of protagonist where there's a sort of there's a secondary world that they gain a special power through because they have knowledge of pop culture and media. So it's basically the nerd hero able to harness all this recreational knowledge for some practical good. And it's interesting to me to see that kind of fantasy crop up when it does. Wade, thank you. I haven't watched the movie. I've only read the book. So I might have different feelings about the movie. Let's see. Now I'm going to level up that Mach speed. There we go. And life is good. Oh, hey, I didn't know that these things were down there. Slow, dodge, and zoom in. I don't think I've zoomed in yet. I didn't even know any of this stuff was down there. Oh, wow, you can actually buy a checkpoint. It's funny. I read the book as research for a project.
Let's get it on.
And, well, I don't know. I'm less swayed by cool references than I am other kinds of humor or other kinds of appeal, so it actually did less well with me than I think many people who know my interests imagined. So how do I zoom in? I don't think I have that ability yet. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Wow, that's a lot of damage heading that guy's way. I love it when they gives you an action game gives you a starting point, and you do well if you just go slightly the wrong direction. I'm actually now seeing exactly where that diving kick was going to come in handy, because I could use that to improve my combo rate significantly, since I am moving slowly as well. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's my sword familiar. So now, is there anything over here, or is that just a bonus encounter? Oh, that's kind of neat. That castle in the background's got kind of a nice Castlevania feel to it. Oh, weird. That thing gets a target, too. Can I crush you? Not successfully. Can I drop it on that? Seems not. Does slow motion... Oh, I bet I know. Yeah, there we go. Yes, I agree. I think that style as an aesthetic goal is generally longer lived than fidelity. Which connects to my general interest in what I talked about during the pregame show, which is presentation over representation as something that you can get different mileage out of. Bam. But somebody else is shooting at me. All the time guns, jeez. Diagonal shot. And on that point, like, I think that, I mean, presentation and style doesn't have to look any particular way to be meaningful. Like, even, like the Suzuki example just explored in the intro, you know, that's a very realistic setting with, you know, live actors, and it's very low special effects. So the kind of presentational approach that is successful isn't necessarily dependent on sort of a wild, loud aesthetic. So much of it just depends upon being able to embrace the subjectivity of the of whoever your narrator or your narrating experience is. Anything down here? In fact, there is. Oh, I think... Oh, I need a special move to do this. I am in fact fighting robot ocelots. I'm not even sure what these enemies are. They're kind of marionette-ish. Aw, kitty.
Joe, my young apprentice, this is your last trial. If you overcome this trial, you will have acquired the last power. Now let's get this over with. Come and get me.
Just go for it!
Nice try.
Oh, well, I don't want that. Because I only have one hit point left.
Come on, my friend. Nice try. Nice try.
Woo! Ah! Oh wow, you take heart damage from that attack in slow motion.
Ready? Action! Joe, my young apprentice, this is your last trial. If you overcome this trial, you will have acquired the last power. Now let's get this over with. Come and
Just go for it!
nice try. Nice try. Come on. Nice.
Ooh.
Come on, Mike.
Oh wow, that's a combo I can keep up.
Come on, Mike.
Sorry, chump, I got iframes over here.
Nice try. Come on, Mike.
Slowly make my way over there with a punch kick combo. Something that is neat about the combat system is you can combo interrupt.
Nothing more to teach you. The beautiful moves and techniques that flourish from your heroic gut instincts. Exploit them for good deeds and save this world. The world is waiting for you. Joe, go now. May hero-ness be with you.
Weird. But just to comment on that real fast. So, Captain Blue saying that your gut instincts are the moves that you get from your gut instincts are what's going to save you. Again, that sort of leans into that sort of nerd hero thing, where if you consume enough media and you can imagine enough badass fighting from all the comic books or cartoons or movies that you've watched, then that itself becomes an actual power. And so yeah, so it's just more of that. There we go. That's what I've been looking for. I actually don't remember using this moveset that much. Whoa, you get a ton of stuff from that. That's right. Okay, that's where this comes in.
Just go for it!
Can I get him? Woo! There we go. That's how to do it. Interesting. Yeah, to speak to Stoydel's point earlier, and also Swedish X, as we were talking about, the GameCube controller, what it's referring to with the C stick is this right here, which is not treated by most games as an actual joystick. It's treated as a button in itself, and that again is I mean, it has the shape of a joystick, and so it has all the 8 directions, but it is, if you treat it as a button, then that is functionally 8 buttons that you can take advantage of, which gives the controller a a surprising degree of versatility. Or at least a lot of opportunities for something complex, like being able to add these moves here. And it happens within the same thumb range of the A, B, X, Y buttons. In the interest of varying my life experience and not just doing what I know works, I'm going to take more advantage this playthrough of that stylized close-up moveset, because I never did when I played it the first time. That is something that I think you can gain and that you can bring into your outside gaming life. I wouldn't say real life, because I think that your gaming life is real. You do real things in it, show your real character. But yeah, to be able to experiment and enjoy variety, which most games definitely want to give you the option to do. And if you can take a game as an opportunity to do that, then, you know, bravo! Maybe you won't get stuck in quite the same kind of rut in, ooh, ow, in other areas. Is that going to come down on my head? Is it going to come down at all? There we go. Oh! Whew! Close one. Nope! Kick this way! Yes, that's what I want. Go, you flying wrecking ball. Come on, take a swing, I'll motorize you. Oh dear. There we go. It's actually something I'm encountering as I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 5. I have a personal goal of being able to get all of my FOBs up to max. All of my FOBs up to max. And I find myself getting into a rut of the same play styles and the same techniques to guarantee success. And that is very frustrating, because I would like a more varied life than the same successes over and over again. Get him. Shooting diagonal? Yeah, he is. he doesn't always shoot diagonally. Which way are you? Sometimes he shoots cardinal directions. Ah! Out of range. Yeah, that definitely does more damage when it hits him in slow motion. Yeah, there we go. The jab that stopped a bullet. Oh! If I use my lock speed, I can, hit that thing. There we go. Oh, cool, it's an item. I was wondering how I would be able to get something at that depth, and I completely forgot that Mach Speed sends your shadow selves out. And I guess this is where they want me to use the zoom in, because that lets me see what exactly this is. That's clever. I will take a key, thank you. Now for my cash payout. I think I want that red hot kick, if not for offense, then for mobility's sake. Seems like that would be a wise thing to have.
Just go for it!
Oh, car. I also did not use Mach Speed that much when I played earlier. Son of a gun, with sun spelled S-U-N. That's some Jet Set Radio looking graffiti right there. Joe taking a detour through the red light district. Oh, I somehow did not hit the guy that I had stunned. This is like, oh no! Like a couple of Captain Blues. She has his same moves. The bad girl feint right there from No More Heroes. It's being driven by a cat. What did I just do? I just used a weapon. A weapon I didn't need to use. That's it. Good. Oh, I have to rev this up. That's cool. Two helicopters, but I know how to deal with this now. And it absolutely involves getting my henshin back. Oh man, come on, come on. Good. Very good. You, Sir Helicopter, have the unfortunate privilege of being the helicopter that I fight after I learned how to do this boss fight. Was he out of range? Not out of range of that one. What if I can get that box? I want to get some enemies out here so I can get that pink box in the distance. Ooh! Okay, so extra life. And whatever that blue thing is. Oh, that's good. Oh, what a great combo! Knocking both that dude into him and also the missile. Wow, that kick has some range. Able to hit a bullet right behind Joe's head. Oh, I see. If I punch a bullet up, then I get on the other side, I can do a kick and knock the next bullet into its undercarriage. This. Oh no! Ah! Well, it worked out anyway. Alright, let me see what time we're at here. Give me 1 second. I don't want to save over that 2019 slot. Enjoy having that sit there for the nostalgia. Let's see. We are doing great on time. Only an hour and 35 in. Alright, let's see what of the rest of this would be great. Beautiful, beautiful forever. Oh man. I do like some flash that damages. I do also want a red hot kick for mobility. So we're gonna do this first. Whenever I play any action game that involves increasing powers, Devil May Cry, Beautiful Joe, etc., the mobility moves are always the first ones I go for. Because, especially early on, it is better to know how to run than always how to fight. There we go. Get him. Oh, if I press Mach speed, I can run faster in slow motion. Whew, took that one on the chin. Oh. Cool. I like how they didn't try to execute a carry mechanic in this. They just, or an inventory. This is a really great way of getting around having to do either one. Because it's super cartoony and it works.
Yummy!
Joe's just gonna pose and pose in the elevator. Perspective is wild. Whatever that is in the background is clearly taller than wherever I am, and I feel like I should be pretty high up. I'm on the 20th floor. Thank you. All right. Good. Who? What? Oh. My hubris got the better of me. It's also cute how a lot of these puzzles are very Resident Evil very Resident Evil puzzles, which, I mean, of course makes sense. Kamiya worked on RE2. But, yeah, I'm charmed by it. Seems like a unique kind of a unique faux pas to have your enemy slow-mo deflect your bullet into your buddy. I don't know if there's a manners guide that covers that. Whoop! Let's get the heck back in there. Cool. Ah, I wish I had another enemy that I could punch around to get that box in the background. Oh well. Oh, wow, this is a rough situation. This is really close. Come on, dude, fight me. Wow, that was close. Like, oh my god, key animation. Get the heck over there. Oh, I can make explosions bigger. Oh, that's nifty. It's like Chun-Li's heel stomp. Just do it infinitely. Ooh, I got 1 health left. I gotta be real careful with this. If only I could eat that plate of food that is tantalizingly transparent in front of me. Ah! What even hit me? It looked like swords were coming through the door.
Action!
Just go for
Alright. Let's get these coins again. Actually, if your coins save after after dying, that could be a plausible place to farm. At least if you're early on. Oh, there's a limit to how many times I can spam that. Whew. Oh, I missed that window. Alright, so I am seeing a couple of doors that could probably benefit from getting hit with a bomb, and I probably just need to hit these really quickly. And hold... Yeah, there we go. Good stuff. Now, is this my way forward? Because I do not want to progress if there is a secret I have not uncovered. Oh, they fell down to the bottom. I'm surprised that this game is not this game has not received a any kind of re-release, to my knowledge. If it has, then you know, that's on me for talking without looking anything up. But yeah, it seems like this game is quite capable as a 2D platformer combat brawler, and certainly deserves more love than to be forgotten or to left on a particular generation. Which is, of course, the tragedy of console generations. I have kind of a love-hate relationship with console with console generations, because I do have such fond memories of the anticipation and the hype leading up to a console's release, new games, that sort of like love of new fidelity. But all the same, it does make archiving next to impossible. Tokyo Jungle, for example, I fear is going to be gone forever when it finally when PlayStation 3's store finally goes offline. Which is a real tragedy, because it is a fantastic game and a favorite. God, I never seem to be making any progress on that that skyscraper in the background with the sort of, I don't know, it looks like it's a it looks like it's a carousel, merry-go-round. What's the word? Carnival spin is what we're going to call it. But I don't know. Now that I kind of look at it now, it almost looks like a nimbus or a peacock flourish. Whoop. Oh no! Got a flying knee to the face.
Ready? Action!
Oh no, this is an older game. I have lives.
Let's take a break!
This is my last life. Oh man, I'm absolutely gonna need to get this key sooner than later. Okay. Oh, that's bad. Bad news. Alright, kid. Shoot me, shoot me, shoot me. Alright. I do not believe you are sufficiently committed to the cause of trying to kill me. Oh no, I don't know if I'm gonna make this. Oh, that's it? I'm very confused because I thought that barrel with the spikes was absolutely going to be a death sentence. But it apparently only took off 2 health? So that is good. but also I think I would have handled that a little differently if I knew that the stakes were actually that low. Oh, so close. I absolutely want the style over substance. Or rather, the style is substance maneuver. How far does this set me back? Oh man, all the way at the beginning! This actually might take me longer to get to than I have time to make it to the next checkpoint, so I think that this is a fine place to call it a night. So thank you everybody for coming out. Viewtiful Joe, great 2D brawler from the GameCube generation. And yeah, again, goal is to be here twice a week. We've been once a week for the past few weeks. And apologies for anybody who's been looking forward to the Saturday streams and not making them. But yeah, goal is Saturday, 7 to 9 p.m. start time, Pacific Standard Time. And have a great night. It's actually good timing because I have a cat trying to claw her way into this room. There we go.